Have you ever played Silent Hill? Is that what it's called?
I've heard of it. I've never played it.
Neither have I. So when I ordered this rug, melee rug,
Yeah,
they
which is fire, by the way.
dude,
I think
I was
I feel
so
like we're
pumped
all
about
right.
it.
We should
All
start
right.
the pod at this point.
Yo, what's going on? Episode 8 of the Split Screen Podcast. What's going on? We figured we got to start this thing, man. We've been talking literally offline for like 5-10 minutes, and we're like, dude,
Easy.
just click start. So I'm like, all right, what's going on, bro? So
Not too much, man.
so we were just talking about it right now. Just now that it's on my mind, I ordered a rug, and it looks like the disc. I'll pop up the picture right here. Boom. It looks like the disc of Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee. But I was asking if he's played Silent Hill, because they sent me like a little rug, like this big rug.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, it just like as of Silent Hill, and I was like, oh, I don't even know, like I don't know what to do with
Interesting.
this. Yeah,
It's like a classic horror game.
like right, like
Oh, that's cool. That's like that almost looks like something you just like put drinks on your desk.
right, or like you put like your monitor stand on top of it, or like
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know, or maybe you put like. No, I was just like, damn, like I wish it was any other game that I'd played, but still, still cool, still cool.
That's just like giveaway material. You
Yeah.
ever do a giveaway.
Yeah, literally, or 100%. But yeah, man, what's new?
Just dad shit to the max.
Yeah,
Yeah, just doing dad shit. And I think outside of that, it's really just getting ready for this good weather. Which I'm excited for. Like, we need this good weather.
it's
So
been so nice out.
it's
Yesterday
been
was
super nice out.
awesome.
Fingers crossed it stays that way, man. I know that with you and the baseball stuff, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
For me, it's like just getting out the yard, getting outside, working out. It's like the best feeling.
Dude, it's there's nothing better, man. Like the weekends have been crazy though. Like when I've been coaching, I'll have a game at like 9 a.m. and then a game at like 11:30. But for that 9 a.m., you're showing up at like 7:30
It's cold.
because we're hitting first and whatever. And I'm cold, right?
Sweatshirt, sweatpants.
So it's like the whole time, and the worst is at away games. So I'm like, I can't run up to my truck and like change. So it's like, all right, do I endure the cold? And wear the shorts and the t-shirt and just bring a hoodie, or do I wear the sweatpants and the sweatshirt and then like have to wear a bunch of layers and just like start losing them as I go? So it's been good, but recently it's just been warm the whole way through, which is awesome. And another thing I was gonna say made me think so much of summer the other day. I went outside at like 11:30 at night, and it was like 60 degrees out. I felt like I was at the beach, dude.
There's no better feeling than getting up in the morning and it being warm, like warm enough to wear like t-shirts and shorts out, and you're like,
Like, yeah.
like as New Englanders, I feel like I just wake up and I'm tense.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's gonna
feel like my joints hurt in my back. I'm like holding shivers away. You're like, it's like,
and you're just ready
shit.
to put on a jacket, and you're like, all right, let's just get through it.
No,
Man, I think I would have thrived if I grew up in a state where it was warm all the time.
Dude, we would have been so good at baseball too.
I don't know. I would have found a way to blow it.
No, yeah, I just would have got worse quicker.
Seriously, I would have found other shit to do.
I would have felt way more guilty about being inside playing video games though. I feel like there's nothing better than gaming when it's dude, there's a certain, I hate to be the guy on May 3rd bringing up snow days, but I'm telling you, there's nothing better than like sitting down, hunkered in with playing games, and you got like the right food next to you, and you like look out the window and it's like starting to snow.
Just starting to snow, or like you could see the snow's coming down, and you're like, not a care in the world. No one's gonna ask you to come out and do anything. You're just like hunkered in. Everybody's on Discord, and you're like,
dude, it's so dope. It's like a Thursday night, and it's just getting late enough, and you're like on with your boys. You're like, yo, guys, we're like kind of getting snow. Like, do you think? He's like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And then you get the call, like like the boys are like starting to get off, like, all right, man, like I think I'm gonna get off. You're like, yo, did you get the call? Like, all right, and then you just like play the whole night.
Right, and then you hear the ceremonial cracking of beers.
Yeah,
or like,
she like, let's go.
the ice going. Of
You're like, yo,
all right,
class is canceled. Let's go.
let's rage. Yeah, there's nothing better.
That's dope. Hell yeah. But dude, first of all, I don't want to get too deep in the conversation. I want to say, first thing on our list here, we only skipped over it because we were literally had an offline conversation. Yeah, we were midstream, but no one was watching. Like it was offline stream. We were just talking. We're like, dude, we got to start the podcast here. Thank you guys so much. Our YouTube has finally hit 100 subs on YouTube. 100 subs on YouTube. Let's go. Let's go.
Woo!
I actually think right now we're at 121.
It's like 123 or 122?
Something like that. Yeah, the recent short it came off, it started slow too, and then it kind of bumped up. Well, but
I'm not gonna lie, I pre-planned for this, so I brought a glass of ice down, and I'm gonna have a little bit of a.
Oh, let's go!
I think I had this on. I think I had this on the first episode, and I haven't touched it since.
Get in here. I'm gonna celebratory. Nothing more like it than a sense with the gaming. I'll go with my.
Cheers, guys! Thank you for 100 and let me look. Thank you for 124 subscribers, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you.
It's huge, man. Let's go. I'm pumped.
Seriously.
I mean, 124 of you guys want to hear what we have to say.
Right?
Dude, cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, virtual
energy.
cheer.
Cheers.
Ooh, damn, that's fresh. I like that.
Dude, right? Cheers, cheers, cheers. Hey, man, it's the freaking weekend. It's the freaking weekend. It's
Baby,
Friday.
we about to have some fun.
It's Friday.
Let's go.
Oh my God, I just opened it back up. Last time I looked, it's at 3.7 now. Sorry, not to be numbers, guys. It always blows me away that you guys look at the stuff that we post. I think it's insanity. Like, because we literally just get up here and just literally, these conversations, like, this is proof that these conversations would have happened whether or not we pressed we're live. So now we just we go a little bit further. I just edit it up short for you guys. For those people who don't want to watch an hour and a half, which usually
that's usually the case.
It's usually the case, but it always just blows my mind that our normal conversations, people get entertainment out of it. But hey, man,
it's amazing.
We've started it for so many. We started the podcast so many times, being like, I can't believe this episode 8. I can. Changing the narrative. It's episode 8, baby.
The tables have turned, baby.
Yeah. The turns have tabled.
The turns have tabled. Right? Michael Scott.
The turns have tabled. But yeah. Freaking wait, what do you got going on over there? What was that? That bottle? I didn't read it. Not to make you go reach it again.
Buffalo Trace.
I love Buffalo Trace.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's like the perfect. It's like the perfect
there's no bite
level
to it.
of it. Yeah, there's no bite to it, and you like what I mean is like it's so easy. Like if you're making a drink or like trying to make a new cocktail, you're like, oh, just throw Buffalo Trace. Like it's like the easy go to, and not even easy go to like it's like not good. Like it's like it's hard to beat. Like you're like, oh well, like I have Buffalo Trace.
It's hard to mess up.
Yeah, you can't really mess it up. A lot of places use it.
I personally don't like to like mix it with anything. I personally like the taste of it. But like if I get like a shit whiskey or I don't know, maybe I just want like maybe I just want a mixed drink. I'll do something. Normally it's like I like ginger ale and whiskey.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do like some sort of mix, I mean, obviously there's a ton of cocktails out there and stuff like that. I'm not big into bitters. Usually if I drink whiskey or bourbon, it's usually on the rocks.
Were you a JMO ginger guy back in the day?
I had my JMO ginger kick. And then I woke up a few times, and obviously I'm sure most of it is from the whiskey, but like I was always like, oh yeah, it's the sugar.
You're like, dude, there's no way that did it. It's the ginger ale, bro. You didn't buy the diet. That's why I feel like shit.
No way, it's half the bottle I drank last night.
Yeah, no, dude, it's a Canada Dry. You didn't buy the right one. You didn't buy Schweppes. That's the problem here.
Schweppes. Makes me
Schweppes.
think of my dad.
Literally, I was about to say the same thing. Like, literally makes you think of our family.
I mean, that's what they grew up on, right?
Freaking Schweppes, dude.
Schweppes.
Speaking of growing up on, I've been playing some OG Pokemon Emerald, man.
Dude, through the emulator, right? This is through the iOS store?
Crazy, right? So back in, like, I should say back in the day, but back when, like, emulators first, I started to figure them out. I don't know how long they've been around, but when I started, like, figuring them out, obviously it was after I used the DS and stuff. So, like, it's, you go back to an emulator because you don't want to use old hardware, or, like, don't have it. And it was, like, super convenient that I could get it on my phone or whatever.
Oh, 100%.
But they were always impossible to get iOS to run them because obviously, you know, Windows is way easier to just, Apple's basically jail. If it's not made by Apple, you can't use it on it.
You can't use it,
Yeah. So there's this app called Delta. Shout out Delta. They have an emulator app that is now officially on the Apple iOS store. The apps, it's in the App Store. Obviously, it's free.
It's huge.
They have, you can play Super Nintendo games. You can play Gameboy games. You can play N64 games, Nintendo DS games, and they're perfect. Like, when I say perfect, like, the only part of the game that's not the same is there's obviously just not multiplayer. So, like, you can't multi-link. Like, obviously, like, I can't.
Like back in the day, remember the multi-link cords that you used to plug in?
So when you would go up, so when you would go upstairs in the Poke Centers, that would be the place where you'd go to play online. You just can't go upstairs. They would just, but it's not like
I was talking about the OG ones where you and your buddy are like,
oh yeah, the cord
right next to each other, and the cord that you'd plug in through the top.
And it had like the big top.
The first thing
that
I think
plugs
of
in the top.
Because I'm a boomer.
Yeah. No, yeah. But the games run perfectly. Like, when people think emulator, they're always thinking like, oh, like, is this like a third party? It's not jank at all. Like, zero jank.
I gotta download this.
Zero. And it took me less than a minute to get Emerald on there. Like, I kid you not.
You went Emerald first, huh?
Yeah. So I was obviously, like, I played Sapphire and Cole.
You were an Emerald kid.
And Cole played Ruby. And I played Sapphire, but but obviously Emerald is the game combined, right? So I figured if I'm gonna play it, I'm not just gonna play the one where I only get one of the legendaries. I'm gonna play the one I get all two or all three. But Emerald always came out like later. So, like, if you got like Sapphire and Ruby, that's when the game came out, and then they would release Emerald once people beat them as like a new like to get Rayquaza or whatever. But, like, you know what I mean? How they would put out like, you know how like they put out red and blue, and then later down the line, yellow. No, not yellow. Sorry, that was incorrect. Crystal. That yellow was first. That was a bad example. But they went like Diamond and Pearl.
I know what you mean.
But they go like Diamond and Pearl comes out, and then later down the line, for those who didn't get the initial one, Platinum comes out. And then they'll offer like, all right, if you didn't buy one of the original ones, now you can get all three legendaries in this and like a little pack of whatever. So going back and playing them, I always play like that 3. Like, I always play like the joint one just because there's more story to it. But now, man, I am absolutely cruising, dude.
Man.
Like, I'm literally gonna pull this up right now.
Yeah, pull it up right now. Who's your go-to Pokemon? The guy that he's your leadoff hitter, the guy that no one.
All right.
Yeah, who is it?
My go-to hitter right now is Azumarill.
Azumarill.
You know, remember Marill? He was blue with the big yellow or big white belly. That was the his evolution is one with like with the longer ears. Watch how quickly this pulls up on my phone. Ready?
Better hit the right app.
And then I go Emerald. Boom.
Oh my God! Look at the little buttons there,
dude. And you're just like in the game.
Oh, tell me they have the OG music too.
Everything's identical. And the best part about it is, watch this. Ready? Sorry, not to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Like this. You can play it on a bigger
Oh,
display, bro. And you can customize where you want the buttons too for your fingers. And there's a button that is A and B connected. So you know when like people were talking and you'd have to press B to get them to talk faster and then
yeah.
A to skip it? There's a button that does both. Like they get it.
Oh my god.
Like they get it. So you just like boom
They
on
get
that button.
it.
Like they get it. Like that is the most player friendly button ever. It's A B.
Ever.
Ever. It's awesome. Like everything is the same, dude. I'm out here like spamming L and R when I get a Pokeball, like shifting back and forth. And I throw it to someone. I'm like, oh come on. It's got me doing crazy stuff right now, man. Like I love it. So I have 20 hours put into it so far. 20 hours. I'm on 7th gym.
Jesus, man.
But the reason I have so many hours is because I don't have to bring, like I just open my phone.
You're
and
good.
like I'm in a waiting room, whatever. You know, I put my brightness down. I'm just sitting there. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like sending work emails. I'm like fighting this trainer in the gym. I'm like, I'm like trying to like sneak around him so he's like he doesn't see me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm really weak. I gotta get around.
I need to heal my Pokemon.
Holy shit. I'm saving right here. Dude, you have to save though. I started the game and I forgot about saving.
You don't remember.
I went through, beat a gym, turned the next thing on, and then all of a sudden it was like, what would you like to name your trainer? And I was like, it was a hard lesson, but I love the save.
That's exactly it. I love those hard lessons because they're keeping it true to its core.
Yes.
And the thing I love, this is it's gonna sound like an old boomer comment, but like I remember late nights playing with the Game Boy, and if you didn't have that little like attachment light that you could put on the top of the Game Boy to light up the screen,
you couldn't see it.
You could see. So luckily now with a phone, you can just jack up the brightness a little bit, or you can be in bed.
Yeah.
You know, your girlfriend's yelling at you. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Who you texting? And you're like, babe,
You're like, bro, I'm trying to catch this Absol right now. Like, let it be. I have one more Great Ball because I didn't buy it at the Pokemart, and I'm way too far away from everything else. But dude, I got things like I got Fly, I got Surf, I got Dive, I got all that stuff now. Like I am in it. Like I already saw Groudon. Yeah, I already saw Groudon in person, but I haven't fought him yet. I have one Master Ball. Dude, I am I'm in it. And now they're talking about like so when I played through this game before, obviously you're a kid, you're not reading anything. If you actually read what they're saying, it's like pretty dope.
I didn't read through a lot of it when I was a kid. I don't
even think I could read when I played this.
I mean,
quite honest,
I think I was more focused on beating people and just leveling up my Pokemon and basically getting to a point where I knew the next day I was going to get on the bus. My buddies are going to be like, where are you at?
Yes.
Who you up against? Where are your Pokemon at?
Yeah.
And so I didn't care about the story. I was like, I need to keep up. Because if I don't, I'm the laughingstock.
Bro, and I'm actually like using I remember back in the day where I used to think that the daycare mattered how long you left it in there. So I'm like, oh my god, I left my Pokemon in there. I bet he was gonna be level 100. I forgot about him. It's based on your footsteps, dude. It's based on your footsteps, how many footsteps you take. So I got the Mac bike, and there's a certain spot in Malville, and it's the longest straightaway in the entire game, and you just hold left and then hold right. When I'm doing work like editing or like stuff like that, like for the Split Screen podcast, for Fortnite, for Twitch and stuff like that, when I'm waiting for long things to render, I'm sitting there like this.
So when you're liking comments that are bashing me about the Wii.
Dude, some of those comments right now are fucking insane. I'm like, whoa. No, but anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm just going left until I feel a vibration on my phone, and then this until I feel a vibration.
Oh my god, you are like level 100 degeneracy.
Dude, I got him up 32 levels in the daycare. So I couldn't beat the 7th gym because I didn't have any Pokemon that were dark Pokemon. I needed it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to catch this Absol, level 20. I got him up to like level 50. Just
all right.
Yeah, but be careful. When you first start the game, it costs a lot of money to get him out of the daycare. Costs a lot of money to get him out of the daycare. Just a heads up. I almost couldn't afford to get him out of there.
Whoops.
Almost crazy.
Damn.
Almost crazy. But I highly suggest you play. There's DS games. It's awesome. Awesome.
Dude, I'm going to. At one point, I was like, I'm not touching mobile games. Mobile games will ruin me. Mobile
Mhm.
games make too much money as it is. I'm
Yeah.
not buying into it.
Because as much as you say you're not going to pay for it, you're gonna pay something because you're gonna tell yourself, I've spent so much time on this. I owe myself to spend $5. I just
I
won't get
owe
a
it.
coffee tomorrow.
Yep.
And
I
it's
won't
so
get a
easy.
coffee tomorrow.
You do the double tap face recognition. You're like, that's past me.
You don't even think
Like,
about it.
what would I have been pissed if my paycheck had $5 less in it? No. Then all of a sudden you do it 5 times.
Right?
You're like, I would have seen the
Whoops.
25 though.
It's like half a tank of gas.
For real. Like, holy shit. Then you get the 50, you're like, okay. Yeah, dude. And then like there's some crazy people in the world that'll like buy V-Bucks and then like buy Fortnite skins. Like who the hell does that? I probably had like
Yeah.
3 months of rent on my Fortnite account.
Come
Dude,
on,
I
brother.
think I did I'm probably at like $3,500. Game's
I
been
mean,
out
you
6
say
years.
that. You say that, and I think about how much money I've spent on like a game like Destiny 2 with all the DLCs and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never gotten into a game where I have just been like buying microtransactions left and right. It's always been DLC
Yeah.
or yeah, it's been DLC. But yeah, either way,
It's more for me
I
because I'm streaming it though. So like, and I see it as like, I'm like, all right, my
well,
Twitch
sometimes there's a
check.
competitive reason too, right?
Yeah, like I mean, I like
There's a skinny skin.
yes, there's a
That's even
skin
a
that
way to put
either
it.
Derek has one that I don't have, or I have one that he doesn't have. I'm like, all right, I want to wear that skin. Back when we're
Oh,
playing
for duo
comp, back
reasons.
when we're playing comp too, all of a sudden like you're landing at a certain spot, you're not gonna wear like a brighter skin that doesn't like if you're landing in a snow spot, you're not gonna wear a red skin. But if you're gonna land in a
Yeah,
desert spot, you can wear red skins and hopefully like you know what I mean. Like it
it
fucking matters,
matters.
dude. It fucking
Dude,
matters.
I used to think that about PUBG too. PUBG is weird in that sense where they have some skins that are very like normal.
Yeah,
And I don't know how much you know about PUBG. PUBG is an
not a
awesome
bunch.
VR.
I've played it,
I
like I've
haven't
seen it, but I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
much about like the inventory. Like I don't know much about that.
The skins for some reason when you talked about like the crazy colors and stuff like that, they sell some crazy skins that have really bright colors and I'm like, why in a game like Fortnite or PUBG would you want to wear something that is extremely bright and that's like, look at me, look at me. Like I understand it's funny or it's a funny character or maybe you like, I don't know, the comic or the show or the
Yeah.
movie, whatever it is. Cause like I think Fortnite right now has a big Star Wars
Yep. They
event going
do.
on
They
with like the
do.
shop.
It's pretty sick, actually.
Which is cool, right? Like, you know, the gliders and stuff, they're interesting. They
Mhm.
put a lot of time into making them and designing them, 100%. I just think to your point, in a competitive setting, I would never wear something that's bright yellow or like something that's like crazy colored.
It even comes down to a thing like, dude, I can't wear a male skin unless it's like a weird, like a skinny male skin. I can't wear a male skin. Like you see all the competitive players wearing female skins, they're way skinnier. Like
Oh, so
the
that's
male
why.
shoulders are like way too big. In some of the guns, like their shoulders get up in the HUD. It's like
Oh,
super
really?
obnoxious. Yeah. Or if the head,
So
sorry.
that's why. I've always wondered why, and I've
Or
always
like if
been
the
like,
head's too big, it like because it's third person. It's third person. So like
oh, so when you
he comes in here, like the tomato head is legit. Sometimes will go into like it actually messes up your view. Like if I'm ADS'd, I can't see to the left of my character. But if my character's small and I'm ADS'd, like ADS third person, like not
yep,
like
yep, yep.
actual red dot, but like
I know what you're saying.
like bringing it in a little bit. I can still see all to my left of the girl's head. Like I can still see over this shoulder. But if I got like the tomato
Interesting.
skin on, you cannot. Or the marshmallow skin, cannot. I can't see it.
You know what's funny is I've always noticed it, but I never connected the dots
Yeah,
because
everybody wears girl skins.
everyone wears if not girl skins, they wear something I understood the fact that, like, you'd wanna wear something that's a l more minimal, I'll say.
Yes.
But I think about Destiny 2, and a lot of people that have been playing for a while like to play a female character solely because, I'll call it the glamour, the fashion, the
Hmm.
whatever it is, the skins that you get in Destiny 2, I guess they look better on a female guardian for the most part
All the guys
compared
ones
to
are
a male.
boring too. Yeah, the girls ones are like
They're
way cooler.
I mean, I just
I
think
don't know
the
about Destiny. I'm
body
talking about Fortnite, but
yeah, oh, okay, okay, okay. I was gonna say for Destiny, I mean, it's the same stuff. It's just the body shape, and I
mhm.
guess on a female character, it's shaped differently, and I don't know. I do
Cooler.
notice the difference when I see it in game,
Mm.
but yeah, I've always just had a male hunter. I never thought twice about it, but yeah, that's super interesting about the Fortnite stuff. I never connected the dots there.
Some of the Fortnite guys look like rescue heroes, dude. They're just like, you know, like the old rescue hero, like they're just fucking huge. I'm like, bro, you're just in the way, dude. You're just in the way, man.
Bring me back to the OG skin. I think of Tfue. I think of
yeah. Give me a Jonesy.
Like,
that's what give me the Jonesy, man.
Give me the Jonesy. Was it him that had Epic put skins in his account?
Yeah,
and
he was
like,
pissed.
He was pissed. I remember
So
seeing that
he
clip,
got
and I was
banned.
like,
He got banned and reset.
Yep.
So he lost Tfue. So then he made the account not Tfue. And his whole thing was like, I'm not spending another dime on this game, not buying another skin, not doing anything. And then he was just like, still nasty, but was like, he made playing as the default skin cool because he was basically going against Epic, being like,
that was Tfue's thing.
He's like, yo, this skin that you don't want to be cool, I'm making it cool. So now people want to wear the default, right? And then he was like,
Epic doesn't like that because you're not paying money.
Yeah, I wonder why they put 16 freaking versions of the football skins on his account. He's like, I don't want it.
Wear that because we want the money that your viewers see.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want it. And you know what? They were smart because he made a huge deal out of them putting it in the account. And they're like, I guarantee there's a bunch of people like, oh, I didn't know Fortnite had NFL skins. Boom, went in, bought it. Like right when it happened. Because that was a big deal when it first happened. Like the football skins, that was like, oh my God.
It was a big thing.
Yeah, it was huge.
I remember Ninja wore the Detroit skin, and Tim wore
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh God, yeah, the Cowboys. God, you know how I know it's the NFL season is when I see some stupid fucking tweets from Tim about
I'm like,
it's our year.
it's our year. It's our year.
It's like a Dallas Cowboy
their
thing.
year a lot of the time too. They're good,
dude. They're not bad.
They're just choke artists.
Literally, like
they're choking at the worst times. They're just like they become brutal immediately. Like they'll kill good teams and then just get
walloped by shit teams. And you're like, what are you guys doing? And it always kills me because I will wait for NFL Sundays.
Yep.
And I will wait to see Tim's tweets.
Yep.
And I'm just like, people he'll tweet like, out.
He is having a tough day.
Yeah, poor Tim catching strays as usual. Sorry.
Crazy. Yeah, poor Tim. For real.
Yeah, seriously.
Patriots got Drake May.
Right? They got Drake May and
Josh Milton too.
Josh Milton. He's from Texas.
Technically, we traded Mac Jones for Josh Milton because the pick we got for Mac Jones, we took Josh Milton.
I'm completely fine with it. You see the arm on that kid?
Dude, have you seen him play tight end too?
What?
Bro, he is like Taysom Hill. So at the draft, they're like, oh, I wonder how the Patriots are going to use him. And then he came out and said, no, the Patriots drafted me as a quarterback. I'm going to play quarterback. But, bro,
he could pull like an Edelman right now, like quarterback in college, and then just come in and be a Gronk for the Patriots.
Absolutely insane. Like coming on third down and just like catch a pass. So sick. Derek met him because he was University of Tennessee. And when Derek was down in Knoxville, like
I said Texas, sorry.
Oh, you're good. The thing they give to like the player of the game is like a Vols helmet. So they like hold the thing and then like give it to him. Just like in the locker room or whatever. And so Josh Milton like came to the game. He goes, dude, that dude is fucking huge.
Oh, he's
like,
huge.
He's like, bro, he is not a quarterback size. He is a fucking tight end. Like he's big. Like,
you know what's funny?
Big. He's at like a hockey game and like no one's that big. He's like, we're on skates and this dude's way taller than us.
I mean, yeah, some of those hockey guys are big, but like to your point, they're on skates, which is like, I don't know how many extra inches, but it's a bunch.
Yeah.
And then you think about, I remember watching some of the draft and someone made an interesting tweet about like, oh, it's funny. They definitely invited Cam Newton to show how much smaller these new quarterbacks are compared to like quarterbacks from a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then you look at Milton, is that it?
Yeah, Josh Milton.
And you're like,
that one's big.
whatever he ate, whatever diet he was on, whatever workout program. Dude, I watched a video of him throw an orange from one end, I think of one end of a football field,
Oh my God, he
and it
probably,
hit the brick wall behind the end zone
I was
on
gonna
the
say
other
he
side of the
probably
field.
yeeted that thing.
I mean,
It's the
he
size of a
yeeted.
baseball and half the weight. That
I
is
mean,
crazy.
he threw that sucker, and I'm like, listen, I'm glad we got the kid from NC,
Yeah,
from UNC,
yeah.
but dude, do not discount Milton. And
No,
I also think we got some good like receivers out of the draft too. I've been watching some videos of those guys training in
yeah.
Foxborough, and I'm like,
Bro, we finally didn't do something stupid. Like we finally didn't trade up for a kicker.
oh my god,
I was so nervous we were going to trade our third overall pick away and then
I
just
thought we were
bank on
too.
Milton. I thought we were trading it away. I was granted the Vikings gave us a pretty good deal for the third round pick, but we didn't take it, which was fine because they would have gave us like the 15th and the 23rd. But it's like, dude, we need a guy, bro. We suck.
I know we need the guy.
We need a guy.
We need the rebuild. We need the rebuild, but we need to rebuild with some
Yeah.
solid like
Yeah,
some
no,
solid pieces.
I can't be like, we finally have a good pick. Like, I can't take another 3 years of losing to tank to get a third. Like, us having the third overall pick is like, you got to use it. You never get it, dude. Also, I'm pretty sure it was like 7 out of our 8 picks were offensive players, which like
I know, which always feels good.
So hype. Our
It always
defense
feels
is fine,
better.
bro.
I
Our
don't know
defense
why.
is good. Our defense is good. Our defense is the only reason we didn't go defeated.
Yeah, get our shit pushed in. Like literally,
the only reason we weren't absolutely god awful.
we weren't good, but like our defense was half the reason why we hung around in some of those games.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
I don't know. I was just following along with some of the draft, and then even after some of the draft, I was listening and watching just kind of what's changed around at Gillette in general since Bill has left, and you know, things have changed. New coaching staff coming in, blah blah blah. And I guess the do your job thing, I guess do your job was all around the stadium. And it was in the locker room.
They're getting
And
rid
it
of
was
it.
like it's gone. And they changed it with some really, really like powerful phrases, quotes, really much more focused on like the team portion and the we surrounding of like it's a team job, like we will do this, like when we win it's a team win, much more focus on the entire team rather than you're going to do your fucking job, like that kind of deal. It was cool. I read some of them and I'm like,
Fuck, I
this
liked
is
do
this
your
is
job though. It was cool.
do your job was like that is the I feel like
It's a time and it's a time. It's a time. It's do your job is like, remember the do your job era? Like that's it. It ain't
that's
now.
exactly it.
Let it die. Let it be what it was. Let it live in
just
existence in the
I
past.
just imagine this old janitor with like a paint roller, and
He's just
like,
painting over do your job. He's like, fuck you.
he's like, well, time for the next thing.
He's like, just doing my job.
Just doing my job. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh man. Well, that's interesting. I'll have to look at that.
I should save the tweet.
I'm curious to see what it'll look like. I'm gonna go to some games this year, so that'll be
Good
cool.
for you.
We have a pretty good schedule this year, actually.
Fun fact: I've never been to a regular season Patriots game.
Would you go to like a playoff game?
Nothing.
Preseason?
Nope.
Dude, let's go to a game.
I was just gonna say I've never been. I'm not trying to like be like, oh, look at me, like, come on, please invite me. But I'm simply saying this is like,
dude, split screen at Gillette. Let's go.
Dude. Imagine if we did a tailgate and we did a podcast,
bro.
It might not get published. Let's put it that way.
We got the plug on some cool seats in there.
Damn.
Yeah, let's do it.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you need an extra and I'm around and I'm not on daddy duty, fuck yeah, tap me in.
Hey, bro, they're so fun.
You can drag my old ass in there.
Yeah, and we'll go now that like it doesn't suck. Like I think we're gonna be like I'm saying, we don't have to go watch Bailey Zappi throw to Devontae Parker.
Dude, poor Zappi.
I mean, bro, like what did he like? What's he want? There's no way he went into this season thinking he was gonna be the guy.
He's not the guy.
He was never the guy. It was just Mac wasn't the guy. And
listen,
like,
it was fun to see Zappy Hour.
It was
Zappy Hour. Zappy Hour is over.
Speaking of, I was at that Chicago Bears game Monday night. Me and Liv.
Yes.
Bro, I was wearing a Mac Jones Alabama jersey for
Did you
that fucking
cover it?
game, bro. It was so bad. They had the Zappy chant going, and he got pulled. Mac Jones got pulled. Zappy comes in, throws a fucking 65-yard touchdown, like third
I
play in,
remember that.
and I was
Yeah.
just like,
But then he played like ass
I'm
after.
like punching air. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, no,
I
see
mean,
guys, no, they're gonna put Jones back in. It's gonna be great. Like he's the Zappy throws a fucking nuke. I'm like,
bro, I would have gone to the bathroom, taken that thing off, and come back with it
bro.
like tucked in my back
The
pocket.
only thing saving me was the fact that I had a hood on, and it was an
Oh
Alabama
God.
jersey, so I could like put my hood over the name, and all it looked like was an Alabama jersey, number 10. Like no one really knew. It's not like I was wearing the Mac Jones jersey, but that thing's
Yeah,
gonna.
brother, but I
That's
don't know if we had many other players from Alabama.
yeah. Well,
Fuck it.
yeah. Well, at least it was rough. It was rough, and we got
It's a
absolutely
learning phase.
stomped on by the Bears somehow.
Yeah, we got
Justin
raffle
Fields was
stomped.
fucking. Yes, we did, dude.
So run me through some of this phase stuff.
Bro, it's crazy. So Banks, I'm gonna go just like this here. Tweet's gonna be down below. I'll put it up on my side too.
Do
Banks
you want me
tweeted.
to pull it up in Discord?
You can. I'll edit it in. I have it pulled up for me.
Okay.
Um,
I
but
have it pulled up as well. If you want me to download it and show it, I can. It shouldn't matter though. If it'll probably be
it's all
easier to
good.
edit.
I'll just put
Sorry,
it in.
I'm getting in the way. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Out of the blue, Banks just tweets. Banks puts out a tweet, and it goes. It literally just starts naming people. It says Adapt, Apex, Banks, Jev, Kaysen, Nick Merckx, Replays, Ronaldo, Rug, Scope, Swag, Temper, Your Rage, Zuma. And then it goes, everyone else is out. That is the roster. That's
Everyone else is out.
That's the roster. So,
Okay.
I agree with what Banks is doing. My opinion.
Yep.
I agree with it.
I agree with you.
2, I watched him on a podcast, and he's like, dude.
Bradley Martins?
Yes, on Raw
Yes,
Talk.
Sam. Yep.
And he goes, I love that podcast, by the way. Shout out Bradley Martin and Raw Talk. It's great podcast.
It is a good podcast.
He's just like, dude, the phase is like, if you were like a kid coming up now and you went to look up what phase is, it's hard to identify what it is. It's just a collab city, freaking. I think they do gaming. Like, what even are they? And he's like, I finally have a chance now to like get it back. So for those who are listening, I don't know if you heard about it. When they went public and a lot of that, they had a lot of people come in, a lot of investors, a lot of, partial owners, and they ended up not having bigger side of ownership.
The bigger share, yeah.
Yeah, so they were like 49 to 51, and they didn't have that 51, which means, ultimate decisions.
It's out of their hands.
It's out of their hands. So Banks basically has the opportunity now to get that, bigger share, and kind of make up for it. It reminds me of when Hector got Optic back too.
Yes.
But Optic was never as down bad as FaZe is down bad right now. FaZe has
been through some weird stuff too.
Bad. FaZe is down bad. They're also like a lot more edgy, so they get put into situations where it's like, I don't know. Optic is like very, like they are clean cut. Like, this is what we're doing. We do content. We do gaming. FaZe is like,
they're kind of all over the place.
All over the place. And so like, he's like, all right. He said there was like around 70 people in FaZe. Whatever. He's like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, we started this with 5 guys.
You got to cut the bloat.
Yeah, he's like, we have NFL players, we got rappers. He's like, what are we doing? So, not that that's bad, but his idea is he wants to go back to what OG FaZe is.
360 no scopes.
Yeah, but again, like, I don't think anyone wants to watch montages anymore. He signed Kai Cenat. He signed, which is like fucking, dude, that dude pulls viewers. He signed Lacey. who's Clicks' manager, or whatever, but streams now, I guess. Um, and I think he's trying to sign like Neon, who I can't fucking stand. Um, he's I think what he's trying to do is take what's hot and just run with IRL. I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna want to watch it. I don't think anybody. I don't want to watch 360 no scopes modern day. I don't think. What do you think?
I'm with you on the some of the signings. Like I understand, like you take your brand and you put it onto a streamer with a large audience. It's it's a brand play, right? Like
Yeah,
the impressions are there. You're gonna get views. Someone they probably know who Faze is, but it's like, oh, Faze, they're making moves, like they're actually relevant again, blah blah blah.
yeah.
I get that. And I understand actually where Banks was coming from in terms of like the bloat. Like there's basically I don't want to say it was mismanaged, but to a degree, like it definitely was. Like I don't know if you remember it all, and I might butcher some of this, but they had the whole crypto thing going on too that
Bro,
was
that
kind
was
of
like a
scummy,
that was a big part of it. Yeah, the bored apes.
which is like, come on, like that
That
also was
that's what.
shitty.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it
So
was
I can't say
shitty.
that so I can't say that I'm a big phase
Or
person. Like
cyberpunk, whatever it
if
was.
I look at an org and I'm like I like certain orgs, it would be like an Optic. It would definitely be an LA Thieves. Like I like Optic more than the LA Thieves brand, but I think when I look at LA Thieves, I like is it LA Thieves
It's
now? Is
Hundred
that
Thieves, but
correct?
their team is LA Thieves.
Okay,
Like
okay,
it's like
okay. So 100 Thieves.
like it's like if you were saying Atlanta Phase.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, Hundred
um
Thieves.
I like certain people within 100 Thieves. I guess at the end of the day, I'm interested to see what comes of this whole phase reacquisition piece with Banks. I think it's smart that he cut out a lot of what he didn't like to make phase again what he probably wants it to be and what it started as.
Mhm.
But if it's him signing a bunch of people that are on Kick, then I will not be a part of it, watch any of it. I just don't like the whole Kick scene. That obviously is a different topic. But to your point of talking about Neon,
Oh,
I
I can't
like
fucking. I have
cannot
no
fucking
patience for that fucking
stand.
kind of content. No patience for that shit. It's the reason I can't go on Twitter. No
Dude,
fucking.
half the time I'm on Twitter, I see some sort of Kick streamer driving around and getting into a car accident while streaming, and I'm
Yeah, or
like,
getting in a fight
"Am
live stream, or
oh
like
my god, the
pushing
amount
a
of
bouncer. I'm like,
videos
what
I've
are we
seen there."
doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? And then
Fucking
there's some kid getting knocked out by bouncers and shit, and it's just
yeah.
like,
I can't go on
I'm
Twitter
good.
anymore, man. I can't. It
Stay up
literally
before
ruins
you.
my dame. My dame. What? My day. What am I? I don't even know what the fuck I was just saying. It ruins. It sounded like I was gonna say game. No, it ruins my day. But dude, so I agree with a lot of this, but like, where's like Phase Scissors and like
I s
and
he
like,
got cut, right?
bro,
I
he
saw a video
made
of him.
Fortnite creative, made it,
I know. But where's he
made it.
been? No
Well,
offense to him, I just don't know where he's been.
um, not to be the guy to now like deliver the bad news. He's like, I guess he was going through like a tough time. His like dad was suffering or whatever. I don't know suffering. Sorry, I don't know how to. Because I don't know all the information. His dad was like
Okay.
going through some stuff, health
Yep.
problems, and then he stepped away from it. But he made a video basically being like, "I
Good for him.
understand why I'm not here though, because I haven't
Mhm.
been I haven't been like present."
Sure.
But like, there's some other people, bro. Like some big like Tico or Blaziken,
Did
Phase.
they keep Nate Hill?
Nope. Phase Thieves gone. Nate Hill
Oh,
gone.
wow.
Um, They got rid of Phase Blaziken, like Phase Blaze, gone. Tico, like original, gone.
What was Blaze an original too?
Yeah, OG. He was before. You know what? I'm not gonna get cooked here. I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of these guys had ownership of Phase
Fact check.
before Banks did. But Banks is
Wow.
obvious. But Banks,
That is like
everything he touches turns to gold, though, bro. Like obviously he should be the guy running. Like he's a mastermind.
I
But
can't say I love him, but I appreciate the idea of him wanting to take it back over to make it what he envisioned it and like this
yeah,
was his baby for a long time.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's just crazy, man. Like they cut some OGs out. Nick Merckx is
And
still
who
in
was
there, but
Yeah, Nick Merckx makes sense because he's doing some of the other things that aren't necessarily, like,
And like
gaming focused.
can't get rid of Nick. Get rid of
Nick
Nick
Merckx
Mercs.
is, like
It's fucking a top
I know that
3
he
creator.
I know that he did all the kick stuff. I get it. But that dude he is a businessman, like, he's a mogul, he just
Yeah,
you wanna talk about a guy that anything he touches turns to gold,
literally.
both in game and out of game,
Yeah.
it's him.
Dude, you got guys still in there like Jev, like Faze Jev is still in there. I'm like, I didn't even know he made content.
Same.
I didn't know him still
You
made
mentioned
content.
him, and I was like, "Who?"
Yeah. Um, yeah, bro. There's like a video to it, and it's basically the caption was Control Alt Delete, and
Who
there was like files going down, and everyone who got cut name was like on a file, and then it was like click and dragged and like Control Alt Delete.
Jesus, man. Like, that's a message sent. That's
So
not like
get
a
this, Nick Merckx made a video and was like,
oh, the YouTube video,
he's
right?
like, bro, would you believe it that I found out the same way you motherfuckers did?
Oh.
He goes, I was just reading that tweet looking for my fucking name.
Dude, that's like your JV baseball. You're reading
Everyone's
down the
outside.
list to
Yeah,
find your name.
everyone's outside the office, like,
Oh
oh,
my
and you're
god.
like, where the fuck's my name? And you get through it once, you didn't see
Where's
it,
my
like,
name? Where's my name? Where's my name?
and then you're like, oh shit, it was at the top. Like,
Right?
bro, how
You
crazy
forget
is
how to
that?
read.
And some of those guys, and the guys that got cut, like Faze Neo, you know Neo that used to play with, or that like Merckx's boy. Neo, he always played with him, and he like actually got signed on his own to Faze. Neo, anyway.
If I saw him, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he got cut from Faze, but he didn't want to be like he didn't want to just make it because Nick Merckx was in there, because he was like his
I
childhood
appreciate
duo,
that.
not childhood. So he went in and won the Faze competition for like trick shots. He fucking around and won it to get signed to Faze. He's like, no, I'm gonna show people I fucking deserve to be in Faze. I'm not just Nick Merckx's boy. Went in and won the Faze thing.
Talk about fucking around and winning it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fuck around and win this thing. He
Good for
never
him.
made a dollar from Faze, being
Who
signed to
was the other
Faze.
creator that also tweeted about not ever making a dollar from Phase? Was it what's her name?
Oh,
She plays a lot of Modern Warfare.
fuck.
I want to say like Khaleesi or something. I'm butchering it. I'm so
Right.
out
Yeah,
of
I don't know,
touch
but
with
dude,
some of that stuff.
a lot of them didn't make money.
You're basically saying you're like, hey, cool, I'm good with you. Can I put Phase in front of my name? Yep. Okay, cool.
But now they get invites to like every event. Now they like, like you have Phase in front
It's
of your name.
gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
So
So
I wonder
crazy.
how that worked. It's basically like they wanted the likeness to whoever that creator was, that person was, and they allowed them to just put Phase at the front of their name, and like
Mhm,
they got entry to some events and different things.
mhm.
I mean, and like you get connections and industry connections, and you meet
Yeah, I mean,
people,
like
and
now you get like Twitch reps. You get like, you like, yeah, you get the
you
verified
get the
on
boost.
everything. You get the
Yeah,
boost. You get the fucking,
yeah.
you get whatever you want kind of thing. Like in gaming, like, um, yeah, man, I'm looking at the list and it's like, I'm not sure I agree with how you do it, how they did it. I think some people deserved a little bit more of a little
That's
bit
what I
of a
want to know is
warning.
how did they do it.
I
I get
want to
like
I
Wolf of
want to
Wall
be
Street
I want to
vibes,
be like a fly on the wall, being like,
dude.
who am I cutting? Because when he said, "Oh,
I
I'm making cuts," I'm thinking like, all right, Kyler Murray, Bronny, Snoop Dogg, like people like that are getting cut from fucking Like they're in Phase, dude. Like, come on. But I
yeah,
didn't
I
think
remember that.
like fucking Phase Blaziken.
Yeah. I mean, he cleaned house. I get
Bro,
the
that's
fact
an
that he cleaned house.
OG, dude. That's an
I just thought that he was
OG.
when he said it, I thought it was gonna be more on the admin side and like people that are behind the scenes and a lot of the content
Yeah,
creators. Like, yeah, he would still get rid of some, but like not as many as he did.
fucking
But I mean,
Phase
like
Scissors,
he just cleaned house, and the way he cleaned
cleaned
house was
house.
like,
I mean, I respect it. I trust him. But damn, dude, fucking cleaned house.
but like you
Cleaned
said,
house.
they're re-signing people. So to what point will you think they'll continue to re-sign people? And what kind of people? Like, if they're doing the
IRL
Neon,
people.
Kai Cenat, yeah, it's all the IRL people.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
Because what, they've kept some gaming people from those of you, like, whoever the roster is that you've read? I don't know. Either way, like, I don't necessarily to your point, I don't get the motive. I don't get the direction. I
Okay,
think they're just gonna
I
build a
think
plane as
this
they fly.
tweet was edited
Oh, really?
because Faze Swag, he wasn't in it. Now he's on the tweet. He came out with a whole podcast with the Nuke Squad. So do you know about them? Faze Swag and the Nuke Squad. Those are his boys
Yep.
like growing up. He got signed to Faze, and then he got all of his boys signed to Faze. He got the fucking Nuke Squad signed to Faze. Bro, I just look at this tweet. Now he's in it again though. He wasn't in it at first. I'm not crazy.
I
He
mean,
was he was not in
Swag
that
is a pretty
fucking
big name. He's a
Bro,
pretty
he
big
did
name in, like, the
so
COD.
much. He did so much for Faze, but he wasn't in that tweet when I looked at it last. I'm looking at it now. He's in the tweet. He was not in that tweet. Faze Swag was not in that tweet before. He came out with an hour and a half podcast with the whole Nuke Squad talking about how they all got cut. And he was pissed. And fucking Mercs was pissed. He's in that tweet now. That had to have been
I mean,
edited
you
tweet.
think about how much he probably did for FaZe in a time where so you think about I'm not sure if my timeline's totally on par here. So again, fact check. Someone correct me in the
Yeah,
comments.
for real.
But you think about Swag probably having success in Warzone at a
Yep.
time where FaZe might have been in some turmoil based on like the crypto stuff or whatever was going on with just that whole because they were acquired or remember how low the actual because they went public, right?
Yep.
And remember how low their stock was?
Bro, I
It was
almost bought
like,
some.
dude, y- I mean, I
At
don't
the
know
time, I
what
thought it
would
was
have.
like fucking good. I thought it was dope. And then I was
I
like,
mean,
wow,
it
this
was
is
super low,
not
right?
this. I'm like, this is not good.
I remember seeing a tweet and seeing like the graph, and it was just like literally the Rocky Mountains on the way down. You're like, what the fuck? I wasn't totally surprised because that whole industry is just like,
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't think you could. I don't think it's there yet. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it is.
Either way,
If anybody
Swag,
was gonna
good
do
for
it, they
him.
were gonna do it. But yeah, good for Swag. I mean, just
Part
that has
of
to
me
have been
was like,
fucking edited though.
oh yeah, I'm sure it was edited, but I also wonder if he's like, why do I want to be with this org if I'm an afterthought,
I, I'm
or do you
confused
think he's
looking
just
at it.
like,
I'm confused
yeah?
looking at it.
I mean, if he came out with a podcast saying like I was
Dude, hour and a
slighted,
half podcast, like fucking long, and he was sitting
yeah,
there with the whole Nuke Squad talking about like we're really thankful we went through 3 content houses, all this shit, blah blah blah. Now I'm looking
I was
at
gonna say they have houses, yeah.
he's in the fucking thing, and I'm like, what? That, and I didn't think Temper was in there either, but now he's in there. I thought
Hmm.
Temper wasn't in there, but I guess he's maybe I missed that one. But like, I'm pretty sure at first I was like, what the fuck? Temper's not in there either. But he's also stepping back too. He's like boxing and like he just got married. He's like,
Dude, he's a pretty good boxer.
bro, I fuck with Temp. He's dope. He's cool.
He's the one that's all tatted up, right?
I like him, dude. Like I fuck with anytime he has something to say, I'm like, what's he got to say? Like I want to hear it. Like I like.
Well,
I
speaking
like
of
hearing him
boxing,
talking. Bro, Ryan Garcia wins. First of all, did you hear what he came out and said?
well, the PED stuff too.
That dude, he comes out, he wins. He goes, man, you guys really thought I was fucking crazy, huh? Got
I
ya.
mean, yeah, I did.
Dude, so how about this? He made himself the underdog. He showed up to the thing, drank a beer on the way-in.
Wasn't it apple juice though?
Whatever. He wanted to make it look like he wanted to play himself as the underdog so much. Then he bet 2 mil on himself to win, won, and made $12 million. His whole plan was to make himself sound crazy so people were afraid to bet on him, made himself had better odds, bet 2 mil on him, won 12 mil, which is more than he made in the fight. And then he was like, man, you guys actually thought I was fucking crazy, huh? Now he's doing like normal ESPN interviews and it's like a normal, like totally normal.
I mean, he had the whole like
he had me, bro. He got me.
I mean, outside of the whole, I mean, he had that weird interview with what's her name, Bobby Altoff or
Yeah.
whoever it is, and like he's like, air boxing, and I'm like, oh my god, like what the fuck is this guy doing? And then I mean, I don't want to totally get into it, but he's talking about that whole
yeah, like the crazy shit.
The crazy shit in the woods. I won't
Yeah.
totally get into it with like those that are of
yeah.
I don't know, just celebrities that are part of whatever
shit.
that the eyes closed, eyes
Yeah,
wide
yeah,
open,
yeah.
eyes closed kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
whatever it is in the woods. Either way, I've seen videos of that even before him, and it's like some really weird, like it's
Yeah.
weird. Like it actually is in the woods, like it's
Yeah.
there. Now, is it associated with those that are more famous or whatever it is? I don't know.
I don't know either. Or money,
So
but
is either way, to your point, I was totally bamboozled. Like I'm like, this guy is out of
got
his
me.
gourd. He's nuts.
Got
Like
me.
he has some issues with his head. I get it. But now I
Now he's just a
wonder,
genius marketer.
he's
He
he's
sold the
genius.
fucking fight, dude. He
He's
sold that fight.
he
Because
sold the
Devin
fuck
Haney
out of it.
wasn't doing it.
Yeah, Devin Haney. I don't know. The only thing, it's gonna sound bad. The only thing I remember from that fight with Devin is the shoes. What were the
Yeah.
thing? It looked like those were like Yeezys or something, but like high tops. Those things were
Ah,
ugly as sin.
yeah, those were it was crazy business. I don't know what those were, bro. They were
But
nuts.
the whole PED thing. Now I wonder. So he put 2 million on himself, won 12 mil. And if this whole PED thing is true, what happens to that 12 mil?
Well, it's a bet, so I think he wins the bet. That's like same thing as if I bet 2 mil. Like I'm not gonna lose my 12 mil, I think. Because he bets
Yeah, but
himself, but I
you've
think that all his winning money, his
yeah, but
winnings
you've kind
probably
of
go
cooked
away.
the books at that point. Like you yourself know that you potentially were taking PEDs at that point.
I
And you
don't
said, you know what? I'm gonna
did they
put 2 mil on
fucking
myself.
test
I'm
him? Like,
feeling good.
how did they get in? How did like and he's claiming he didn't, and Devin Haney's claiming he did.
Of course.
I bet you this just goes like we don't hear anything about it. I bet.
And then Conor McGregor put out a tweet, I guess, today or yesterday. And it was like, don't ever talk to me again, Ryan Garcia, or something, whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah, he put out like a tweet of being like, don't ever interact with me again, blah, blah, blah. And then he deleted the tweet. And then Garcia put out basically a video. You'll have to, obviously, unfortunately, trudge the trenches of Twitter
Yeah.
to find it. But it's like Garcia in a what looks to be a hotel room, Rolex in his hand, beautiful women behind him. And he's like
Yeah.
calling out McGregor and he's like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't take PEDs.
Bro, they're
I'll
just
fight you
selling another
next. I'll
fight.
beat you.
They're selling another fight.
He's
Connor's gonna
literally
box fucking Ryan Garcia, and that's the two marketing geniuses. That's what it's gonna be. I can't
it's
believe any of that shit. I've
you
been
know what fight
bamboozled.
I
I
actually
got.
you got, but you know what we didn't get got on?
What?
The big fight on Netflix, baby. The real fight.
Real fight. Professionally sanctioned fight.
Correct.
That's fucking crazy.
We're gonna see a
Go
knockout, baby.
Mike. Go Mike.
I'm gonna say it right. Go Mike.
Go
Team
Mike.
Mike.
I'm Team Mike.
But
For all you guys in
it
the
has to be.
comments cooking me, by the way, I am not Team Jake. I just thought he was. I think he's gonna win, but I want Mike. Want Mike.
I don't know. I sometimes I side with the people in the comments after you cook the books on me. Going on our own split screen podcast account, liking other people's comments against me.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to
Yeah,
love
right.
got to show some love, bro. A lot
Gotta
of
get
these,
the
a
interaction
lot of
up.
these aren't on either of our side. I'm just like, wow, I can't like this. I can't
We're just
up arrow it. Just getting cooked both ways. I'm like, I can't
cooked.
like any of that.
That's okay.
I can't
That's
like
okay.
any of that. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
It's just my ego,
Yeah. I'm just sitting here getting cooked. But man, you know what? I think if it makes it past 2 rounds, Mike's gonna die.
Are you gonna put any bets on it?
Yeah, I'll put money on it. Make it more exciting. Because I don't want to sit there and be like, why am I fucking watching this? But if I put money on it, I'll be like, that's why I'm watching it. I'll probably go anytime knockout. They're not gonna let Mike get knocked out, I don't think. If Jake wins this decision, I don't think they're gonna let him get knocked out.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
I don't think they're gonna let Mike get put on his ass.
Interesting.
I think that's like the one clause. Probably like, don't make me look fucking stupid.
Really? I feel like I'm going in as a viewer, and
I think
what
Jake
I've
will
seen
get
so
knocked on his
far,
ass, but I don't think they'll let Mike fall.
I just think that Mike is too old and he's too stubborn at this point, where they will come to him and be like, listen, like, we can put this in place. Jake won't do this to you in the first 2 rounds. You won't do this to him in the first 3 rounds. And he's like, nope.
Or he'll
He's
say
like,
yeah, but then you get punched in the nose one time and all that shit flies out the window.
listen, that is the Mike Tyson like quote of the century,
Hmm.
right?
I
About
mean,
basically getting hit in the face and not, what do you obviously everyone knows the quote, but at the end of the day, I think that if Paul has a chance, it's got to be early. But I also think that if Tyson has a chance, it's got to
gotta
be
be early.
early.
I
So
think
I
if it
think
goes
it's
late, Jake's gonna look better in like round
really,
4 or 5. I think like as the fight goes on, I think his endurance is probably way better.
I mean, it makes sense by age,
Unless Mike's really beating up on him, man. Like if
right?
these are like if this is like a fucking Manny Pacquiao kind of fight where it's just like I
And
don't
they're
know if
getting
Jake can
points.
take that shit.
They're actually
But
getting
if it's
points
just
left and right.
haymakers, dodging haymakers, I bet you Jake can last a while.
I think it's going to be a very like tactile fight where it's going to be strategic in the sense of like getting hits here and there, but there will be some haymakers here and there. I really think, I don't know why. I think Mike's going to be Mike.
I hope he's Mike. I never got to watch Mike Tyson fight.
I've only ever watched like old replays. I've
Yeah.
watched I
I'm
remember I
pumped to
not
watch it, dude.
right? I remember not too long ago I watched his first fight on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's a monster.
Fucking beast.
You ever hear the story about Joe Rogan and why he changed his table at his podcast room?
No.
So he used to have a podcast table, custom made. It was a beautiful table, and it kept both him and the other speaker, whoever his guest was, close enough to where the camera was like obviously able to get both. But it was a pretty intimate, not intimate like weird, but intimate enough to where
But
it
you're
was
like, you're
close.
in
Like
there.
there's
Yeah.
you're in there, you're sitting next to someone and you're talking to them, and you can find the clips everywhere. And he's like, I'll never forget. Mike came in, and it was Mike Tyson, kind of Mike Tyson, and the whole time he's like, I was nervous because this table's pretty short and they're just sitting right up to each other. And he's like, I'm nervous. And
That's
so after that, he gets
crazy.
a table, he gets a wider table so that him and his guest are farther apart. But like you look at Mike in that podcast and you're like, that is the Mike Tyson that used to do exercises on his neck and would like, you ever see the videos of him doing
Yeah, just
exercises on his neck?
with the fucking
And
weight
he does
hanging down.
well, not even the weight on his it's almost like picture his feet are on the ground, his waist is up in the air, and his neck and his head are on the mat. So it's literally like a big
It's like a
U.
bridge. It's like a bridge. Like
Yeah,
a
it's a bridge,
yeah.
and his neck and his head are on the ground, and he's rolling around. Yeah, strengthening his neck. A psychopath,
Ew, dude. That fucking
dude.
sounds like
His
it
neck. I mean,
sucks,
his neck
bro.
was like,
Bro, I don't think you could get me doing that shit voluntarily ever.
my neck would break.
Yeah, what? No, not
I'd
for
be
me,
coming to the
man.
next podcast with a brace.
Yeah, like, what were you doing? I'm like, I'm just getting ready for the fight. And just fucking.
I'd be coming to the next podcast like, yeah, okay.
Wait, so if it's on Netflix, oh no, can't watch it on stream.
No shot. But hey, if you want to watch it, you can probably go to Kick.
Yeah, right.
Someone's probably going to watch it there.
How fun would that be to do a party of that though?
I'd do it.
I would do it too. Because what
Dude.
we can do is record ourselves, and then once it's out, it's just highlights. So you can just take the clips of the highlights and just put it in, and it's like our watch party, and fucking we react to it. That would be sick.
Yeah, but I mean, that wouldn't be very fun for you. You have like a bunch of friends, and you guys will probably do like a big actual watch party together. Where if it's just you and I, it's like,
Well, I mean, we could have people over, and you got me some of those lavalier mics. We can mic up.
right? Maybe invite
We'll
some
see,
people
because
on.
I don't know how many of my. We'll have to see on the day, because that'd be dope if you have like Derek and Cole. I'd like their
Oh my
input on
gosh.
it, bro.
I feel like they'd have some decent input.
Derek would come from the athlete side, and then Cole would come from the fucking. He likes Jake.
Oh God, does
He doesn't
really?
like Jake. No, he doesn't like Jake. He just likes.
So is he?
That
Is he like one of the older?
He thinks it's cool. Like, he didn't watch him or anything. He just thinks it's cool that he's like boxing and not doing it anymore. Which I respect.
I kind of respect it, but to a point, I'm like, I kind of wish he did more of the YouTube stuff and kind of mixed in
Yeah,
between.
he
Either
definitely
way,
wants. He
like
definitely wants freaking Mike Tyson to win though.
smart, at least I think.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Either way though, that'll be a good fight.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. We'll let you guys know. A little split screen action.
Seriously.
Also, bro, I want to do a Mario Party freaking stream. We're doing it. We're playing it. We're going to go 4 people. We can even do teams, and we're going to stream it. And we're going to record it, and it's going to go on either split screen or whatever it goes on. But everyone's going to have a camera on them. We're going to play Mario Party. It's going to be fire.
Okay.
We're going to be mic'd up playing
I'm
fucking
so
Mario
down.
Party, and it's going to get... Dude, it's going to be fire.
It'll be fire. It'll be loud.
Yeah,
but
it'll be good.
I'm down. I'm
Turn
so
the
down.
gain super far down on the mics.
Super far down. Maybe you push it back a little bit.
Dude, it'll be good. It's gonna get rowdy. Dude, I cannot wait for that last mini game where someone's trying to steal someone's star. Or you gotta, bro. I want to do it. I want to do that, and I want to do zombies, and I want to do I think an avenue for us as a split screen podcast, not to give out all the deets here, but like start playing split screen and recording it, and then getting clips of us playing doing it, playing split screen.
So I was thinking, not to give too much out of the bag, I think when you and I start the Master Chief Collection series,
we gotta do that. Fuck yeah,
we got to do that. But I think when you and I stream, we can take our recordings.
Oh yeah,
and split screen it.
Yes, like we'll sync it up, and it's like we'll have the gameplay, and like it goes back and forth, bro. Yeah,
yep.
Dude. Yeah,
we got to do it.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
totally
we can do like a
to...
highlights video too, where like we can like do like the highlights or funny moments from it, and then do like a YouTube or like make a video of that too. Put it on, dude, fire. So much opportunity there.
There's a ton of opportunity there, but I think it's an opportunity for us to drag in some others, like a Cole, a D-Train, a John, someone else. It's be like, you know what? It can't just be you and I. We're in the trenches all the time together.
Yeah.
We got to drag someone else in.
Yeah, man.
Dude, someone else has got to experience the chaos.
Dude, Derek really wants to come on, so I can't wait. Fire.
Also, congrats on a good season, D-Train.
Yeah, bro. Killed it. He killed it, man. He killed it. He lit it up. He lit it up. So many goals. It was fun to watch. I hope he figures out what he's doing next year, so that I can schedule some more watch parties. That shit was so fun. I love doing the watch parties. The one we did was fun.
The watch parties were a good time.
Yeah, man.
It was just like nice to be in person. I quickly realized once I sat down, I was like, man, it's nice to just shoot the shit with someone in person. Because like I'm in an unfinished basement right now, and it's like I got bright lights pointing at me, and I can't just turn to my right and be like you know, pass me a seltzer or something. It's like, well, I'm by myself, so
yeah. You're like, I'll get it. You're good. Stay there. I'll grab it. I got it.
You know, bartender. Oh yes, okay.
Hey. Speaking of bartender, did you see Hitch had Tyreek Hill on behind the bar? Dude, so he was supposed to be on the Eavesdrop podcast.
How did that happen?
He was supposed to be on the Eavesdrop podcast. Hector was out of town, so they couldn't get it done.
Bring me up to speed on how Tyreek is now involved with, I mean, not involved with Optic, but like how?
So he's gaming. He like loves gaming, right?
Oh, okay.
He's a big fan of the CDL, and he plays Fortnite and he streams Fortnite. He probably pulls like 20K viewers. Like he pulls like
what?
Because he's Tyreek Hill. Like he pulls fucking viewers.
Yeah, but like I had no idea that.
Yeah, and so he's a big Scump fan. Same way with like Scump was just hanging out with Patrick Mahomes. Like everybody loves Scump, dude.
Scump is an OG, man.
He's an OG.
Dude, Patrick Mahomes was just hanging out with iShow Speed too.
I saw that. Like, dude, on the new Optic podcast, like they were talking about like Scump was like, yo, we got to throw a little bit. And he was like throwing him passes and stuff. Like they were throwing on the field because they're both sponsored by Oakley. So
Oakley, like, dude, shout out to Oakley. I love all their products.
I love Oakley too, man. Oakley's unbelievable. They're the best eyewear. But no, yeah. So then all of a sudden Hitch got a text and he's like, dude, Tyreek Hill can't make the Eavesdrop podcast. They want to do a podcast with Tyreek Hill tomorrow. And he's like out with his friends, like, and he's like, oh my God. And he's like, I almost said no
Okay.
because I was so nervous. But behind the
You
bar
have to.
he's like, behind the bar is the long-term goal. He's like, that's the one thing
Oh,
he's like,
that's his
my
long. That's his
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, he's like, that's the long term. And he's like, and if I want this
Good for
podcast to be
him, man.
legit,
I've always
I need
loved
to
that
take this.
podcast.
He's like, I need to take this guest. He's like, I need to
In a-
take fucking Tyreek Hill. It's like, it's on a platter. He goes, but holy fuck, I was so fucking nervous. He's like, because I don't really like, he's like, I watch football, but I'm not like an NFL fan. He's like,
He's
so
a
now,
soccer guy. Right?
yeah. So he's like, oh fuck, dude. It's like, I feel like I don't deserve this interview.
Quick homework. Quick homework.
Yeah. And he's like, he finds out at like midnight, and he's like, went to bed at like 2 a.m., woke up at 9 a.m. He's like, bro, I showed up. I was like hungover for the thing because I didn't even know this was happening. And it was like an event.
Hair on
like,
the dog.
He's like, holy shit, we're doing this.
Listen, you got to run off adrenaline for a couple hours, crash after it, and hope it all went well.
Yep. Dude,
fuck.
Sick fucking interview, though.
I haven't got to watch the podcast yet. It keeps coming up on my YouTube like,
Yeah.
you know, you should watch because you're subscribed. And I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what?
You're
Like, how the
Tyreek
hell
Hill?
did he pull that? Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
And then they got a whole day of content with him. Optic did too. So Optic did
Oh
like
my
a whole
God.
content day with him and stuff.
Optic
Crazy,
is
bro.
just like, dude, I remember the Optic softball game
Yeah.
in Daltouche and God, I forget his name now. I feel so bad. He just opened a coffee shop. He's the part of the Summer Boys. It's him,
TSD?
Hitch. Who?
Yeah, it's not the Samoan guy, the other one, right?
Yeah, the other one.
I forget his name.
God, I feel terrible now.
My bad, dude.
Yeah, seriously, my bad. But I think he just opened a coffee shop, and it's been those three that do like the Team
Summertime?
Team Summertime, and those guys are hype. Those guys are like, you want to talk about a stream you get into, and you're like, damn, there's some energy in here.
Yeah.
It's like
TST is so
That's it.
fire, man. I love it. I literally went in
I mean,
and
they
I
got
asked
good.
him how they did the camera thing too. He's like, oh, it's just Discord. I was like,
How come their Discord looks so damn good?
because they fucking, I don't know. I'm like,
Right? Maybe
interesting.
they're all nitro. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but either way, Tyreek Hill,
Crazy. What a
crazy.
Pull. What a pull.
That's a huge pull.
What a
Great
pull.
podcast. If you haven't
All
gotten
right,
the
man.
chance yet, watch the podcast he does with the professional paintball guy.
Dude, I watched like a minute of it and then I had to like do something. I want
It
to
was
watch
great.
that. I'm trying
was
to watch
great.
that. Yeah.
I used to play paintball as a kid, and I remember like he's talking about all these different like pros that I remember, you know, following as a kid, being like, oh my God, I love paintball. And
Yeah.
I would go out in the woods with a Titman and play with my buddies and stuff. And it was just like, it was fun. Yeah, you're in focus.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I just bugged out
That
for
camera-
a second.
that
I was
camera
like,
is so
oh
good.
my God, I didn't adjust it before the fucking pod.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
I was
you're
like,
good, you're good.
I was like, oh my
No.
God. Okay.
It looks good. It looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that was the one thing I didn't have on my checklist. I was like, by the way, when we started this pod, I was like, everything is going much too smoothly. Why is this happening? Like, I came in and everything was just perfectly formatted. I was like, I'm afraid to press live right now. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm
Yeah,
like,
when you said
oh.
everything was like in place, I was like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Really?
dude, I'm like, bro, this podcast is like, we hadn't done it in like 12 days. And I was like, all right, I'm going to have to set this up. Fucking perfect.
it feels like it's been forever. Did you feel that way?
Our
I don't know
episode,
why.
it does feel like it's been forever. It's because we've had so many clips posted in between, I feel like.
Also, shout out to you, man. Like,
Hey, bro,
I
appreciate
don't
it.
want to pump you up too much, but
Hey,
you've
hey,
been
hey.
you have been crushing it.
I
And I
enjoy
guess
it, though.
I'll do a quick shout out again for us. I did it earlier in chat, and I did a like and subscribe. If you guys haven't yet, go check out, you know, our channel. Go check out the
Exclamation
shorts.
point.
Go
I'll
check
do it
out.
right now. Exclamation point podcast, bro.
Yeah, go check it out.
Exclamation point podcast. Let's go. Let's go.
It is. It's just like if you had been like, listen, man, this is what your podcast looks like after a few months of doing it, and then you showed me the channel, I'd be
Mhm.
like, no,
No, it doesn't.
that's not us. And then I watch our shorts, and for some reason, it's gonna sound so corny, I smile. throughout
Dude,
the
me
entire thing.
too. Yes, bro. I'm
I
sitting
sit
there,
there and I smile.
and I'm just like I find myself when I'm editing them, bro. I'm like, and I'm like just like laughing at us. I'm like this is
It
a good
sounds so
fucking
corny.
clip. I'm like, this is a good
I'm
one.
just like, I cannot believe. I mean, it's more you than me, but I'm just like, how does he make all of this look as good as it does? And it's just me. Like, how? Or
No,
it's just us. It's like I don't know.
we got it, bro. We got
We
it.
got it. We got it.
We got something. I don't know what if we call it, but we got something.
A little something, something.
We got a little something, something. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. That is episode 8 of the Split Screen Podcast. We are about to film some content. Make sure you guys check out the shorts. All right. So we're gonna be doing content. We've been doing live, long form content. You guys can find that in the playlist. It is under the Split Screen Podcast segments. We have stuff like reacting to comments, building tier lists. Now we're also going to be doing recording some content, not just clips from the podcast, but what we're going to be doing is actually pretty cool. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the shorts that are to come. They're going to be edited a little bit differently as well. We're still going to keep the podcast clips, but we're about to record some cool content as well. So if you guys are live right now watching the podcast on Twitch, on YouTube, make sure you guys stick around for that. Other than that, I appreciate you guys being in here. If you guys are listening right now, episode 8 and episode 9 is soon to come. All right. Peace and love, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Deuce.